Hi, my name's Andrew Jackson, and I'd like to share with you a short film about my toy Hornby Dublo 3-rail railway. I call it a toy railway because that's exactly what it is. I'm not a model railwayer. I have neither the patience nor the skills to be a proper modeller. Yes, it was all built in classic 00 scale trains, buildings, people, but it was never designed to be anything like a true model of reality. I've nothing but admiration for real modelers and the amazing detail of their work, but that's way beyond me. And anyway, I wanted to make a train set that would appeal to my little grandchildren rather than adults. I wanted to be able to use my layout as a set for telling very simple little railway stories to the very youngest of audiences. Fortunately for me, they're far less discerning than grown-ups and more happy to forgive all the mistakes and obvious errors. They're not at all concerned with the details of scenery and the intricacies of how a real railway should look. They just want it to be fun. They want it to be able to be properly played with. In order to make use of the layout to make the little stories that I could video for my grandchildren who don't live nearby, I've divided it up into potential scenes for filming, which link together quite loosely to create the whole railway. So, if we start down here, we've got a farm, including plenty of animals and people and equipment. They're ideal for creating havoc on the tracks when they escape, as they regularly do on a daily basis. Next, we have quite a large town, with all the buildings one might expect. Houses, shops, school, church, pub, police station, cinema, fire station, etc. And of course, over there's the railway station. There's a liberal use of scale, people and vehicles to bring the scenes to life, but no real concern for an exact period in time. I suppose the nearest guess would be the 1950s or early 60s, when all of these trains and track were made. But there are plenty of props that don't fit into that era. Kids just don't care. Nor do they care that the trains run so close to the shops and entertainment area that regular disasters are inevitable. Then we have an industrial area with factories, workshops and offices where, at least in my little imagination, many of the people of the town work. Others, of course, commute to the nearby city using our railway. The industrial area also has a small station for workers arriving from a distance. You will notice that very little concern has been given to how practical it would be should they try and cross the line in safety. The layout continues with a small stables which, rather incongruously, is adjacent to a coal mine. Both provide good scenes for telling little stories. Again, apart from scale, there's no attempt to properly model these areas, simply to represent them. Finally, we pass through the woods and arrive at the railway yards, where a turntable provides access to the engine sheds. Here, various sidings house a very mixed and highly inaccurate collection of rolling stock. It's all waiting to play its part in the next railway story. As far as the engines, carriages and track are concerned, well, they're all well over 60 years old, and sometimes, inevitably, things go wrong. You can see the track is not fixed down. which makes it vulnerable to shorts and derailments. This, however, is deliberate. The layout is in my garage, which is far too cold to run trains in during the winter, and both the engines and the track would be at risk from damp. So I therefore need to dismantle it. The whole layout comes down in late autumn and will be reassembled again in spring. The fact that it still works is, in my view, a massive tribute to those brilliant post-war Liverpool tin plate toy manufacturers at Meccano. So there it is, a Hornby Dublo 3-rail layout designed solely with little children in mind. No sophistication, very little accuracy, but lots of fun, and usually big smiles on little faces. Perhaps it's just as Frank Hornby intended it to be. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing it. Thank you so much for watching.